Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are still, well, relatively close to Twin Dragon Bridge, and for today we've got some worms to exterminate. And the thing is, there is slight fear to them, because I remember them from Trails in the Sky, and back there they were insanely difficult, so I'm probably gonna throw everything I got at them and even the kitchen sink, but we're gonna do it and we're gonna beat their asses. But first we need to get there, and while I was in the area I did notice a few things laying around, including a couple of chests, so let's go get those first and then see if we can find some worms. Yellow pendulum in chest, yes, thank you very much. All pendulums are always great things to have. I have fought all the enemies on this road in the meanwhile, just to see how they measure up to the Celtic highway enemies, and they're roughly the same in regards to what kind of experience and sepit they drop, so at least now we have two locations that we can grind in case we wanted to. And here's the other one.
Ha! Now's our chance! Let's smash them!
Let's smash them real good.
Second form, Gale! Now!
Gotcha!
Yeah,
You're finished!
with two on seal and a third being destroyed, yeah, this fight is over.
Now!
Got you!
I'm not saying that they were on par to us, but they were on par to each other, like they gave the same kind of reward. Because they are, if we don't miss, they are relatively easy for us to defeat, thankfully.
Now!
Which is always the best when you're trying to just grind some sepit together. Money wise, you don't grind with enemies, you just sell all your ingredients that are over 50, and you usually get like 20 or 30k on Mira, so
We did it, Elisa!
that is
We really do make a
plenty
great
of
team.
good.
Great!
That should suffice.
Sabbath Mass 500. Ooh, that is a nice cash deposit. Thank you very much. And let's go under the bridge and continue our way towards the worms. And that was the last thing I saw. A nice little old blue chest. Let's see whose it is. A spiritual presence is emanating from the chest. Combatants: Laura, Machias, Gaius and Sarah. Very powerful team. Monster level 84. It's silly that Laura is worried about her weight, right? After all, it doesn't look like she put on even a gram. I shouldn't laugh at that. It's terrible. I love it. Alright, we're gonna come back for the trial chest later, because my party is relatively prepared. Ooh, Rean, where is your EP? Did we use some magic with you somewhere in between? Because I need to above the 500 marker. We know what that means, so yeah. But yes, this team is more than ready to take on the worms. We have two very powerful S-craft users that can help us get a little bit along, and the other members like Machias and Gaius and Sarah, they haven't gotten the new weapons and equipment yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go hunt down this worm. If we can find it, it should be somewhere. It was somewhere on the Guerrilla by road, right? Alright, let's have a check up here if they're not on the tracks. Or else we're just gonna take the bike and get down the high road. Let's avoid going onto the freight line. And that's an answer to that question.
Let's ride!
Yes, let's ride. So I'm gonna assume that the worms are in the next screen, because I didn't see any markers here. Because we shouldn't see a circle on the map, we should see an exclamation mark, because it's a mandatory quest. Yeah, it's definitely not here. Yeah, not bad. Alright. There it is. That's pretty far from the ruins. Not close enough to bother anybody. Yeah, we walked the last part. Yes, there it is. It looks a bit smaller and more slim than the abyss worms that I remember from before. Alright, let's attack.
Ha! 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 Ha!
Careful! This one looks strong. I can do this.
Okay, so the thing I remember from these worms, if they are the same, is that they have a very nasty attack. Basically is, if you attack them and their turn pops up, they will rain everything down on you back. So the worms will then attack all that you attack. So it was usually that you need to focus on one target and beat it down and defeat it target per target per target. So what I'm about to do might make this a very short fight or a very big mistake. I don't think magic defense will grant us anything. Yes. I think this might work.
Light! Rain upon us!
Let's move.
Motivate.
All right, let's do this.
And then use our two most powerful S-Craft users to see if we can shave some off the top. Okay, this hits every single one of them.
Behold the might of the Arcade School! Radiant Waltz!
Because what I'm hoping for is that they will just fail in destroying all of them and then Rean can finish the job. Like I said, brute force in its beautifulest form.
Setting target. Selected cannon, fire! We roll!
That you definitely do. Is Rean gonna be big enough to take them all down or just a few? I was afraid of that. Okay, so we can take down 3.
Gather on my blade.
Oh well, at least we can see what that one will do. Maybe it will confirm what I think it is, that it will do the same attack that I remember from back in the days. Yep, it does. This move,
Unforgivable!
a lot weaker than I thought it was gonna be. And just to remind myself that that move times 5 or 6, yeah, that's very, very damaging, isn't it? On its own, they are not too bad. It's just combined with each other, they can really do some damage if they really wanted to. Let's
Turn
burn
to
them up.
flames. Burn! Now's our chance.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna rush it. There's no need for it. Right, not too bad.
We did it, Elisa.
We really do make a great team.
That you do.
I've only just begun.
I'm awesome. I'm so glad. Done.
Scudwing can now be used. Just getting warmed up. Completed. Poison 2 with stats. Nice. Definitely a replacement. It does it for us, I believe. That was more challenging than I'd anticipated. And they were no match for us. You're the best, Lammy.
I think we're done around here, wouldn't you say?
That we are.
Let's get back to the Courageous and report to Prince Oliver.
Unless he reports back to us himself?
Hello, this is Rean.
Hi, Rean. How are the requests coming along?
Oh, hey Toa. We just finished taking care of the monster extermination.
Really? That's great. Does that mean you've got time to head back to the Courageous then?
Yeah, sure. Don't tell me there's more bad news.
Oh no, not at all. Just come back when you get the chance, okay?
It might still be bad news. She doesn't maybe not want us to tense up before going back.
Trust me, you're in for a surprise.
Oh, a surprise. I like surprises. Don't know if I like them in wartime. Still like a good surprise though. What's up, Rean? Anything special going on? No, nothing much. Tom wants us to get back on the Courageous when we can. So it's pretty much what we're going to do anyway. Not for anything bad though. She actually sounded really excited for whatever it was. Oh, neat. I wonder what it is. We should head back there as soon as we can. Well, you heard the lady. Let's go back straight away, because we did everything else first before the recommendations quest. We talked to everyone, we went everywhere, we checked the roads. The only thing that's left is that one blue chest, and I think we can leave it there till later. Right now, I really want to get back to the Courageous and see what that surprise is. They returned to the Courageous and were immediately called to the bridge by Toa. Together, they all hurried there to see what exactly she wanted to say. We're here. We're back. Welcome back, guys. Why, hello there. You couldn't have timed that better. What's the screen doing out? Well, we got a call through earlier from a really unexpected source. She said she'd call back around this time, so the screen's all ready. It's a big surprise. It's a she. And it would be a good thing. It is gonna be Alyssa's mother. It is, isn't it? Ah, I see. So this is what you call us back for. Who is it though? The call is coming through.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
We can.
Angelica?
Angelica! Oh, that's even better. I thought, like, this sounds too different from Alyssa's mom, but they could have gotten a new voice actor. For some reason, my mind didn't go straight to Angelica.
You're okay!
It's great to see her.
Well, hi there, my beloved kitty cats. How are you guys doing? I haven't seen you since the festival.
It really is you. Oh, thank goodness.
Seriously, we've been worried about you.
Yep, as you can see, I'm hanging in there.
Well, she's wearing her own type of clothing, no dresses and such.
Sorry for not being able to get in touch sooner. I'm sure you must have been worried, but this was my first chance. It's a pleasure to see you again too, Your Highness. And looking good, Instructor.
I'm delighted to see you're well, Angelica.
Nice to see all this stuff that's been going on hasn't changed you a bit.
You don't know how happy it makes me to see you safe, Angie. We couldn't contact you after you went back to Ruhr, so I was getting worried.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. There were a few little family matters keeping me busy, you see.
I can only imagine.
I'm sure it's real fun being from one of the 4 great houses these days.
Indeed, especially when her father is one of the most important figures in the Alliance, much like my own. How are things in the Ragnar family at the moment, incidentally?
Oh, you know. Speaking of our families, I heard you ran away from home, Eustace. You've got some serious balls.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, things aren't exactly great between me and my old man either. With the way things are going, we're gonna have a real father-daughter squabble in our hands soon.
That doesn't sound good.
Are you going to be alright?
Oh, I'll be fine. I've got my own supporters, I'll have you know. Anyway, part of the reason I called was to pass on a message to Elisa.
Ooh, I was partly right.
It's about your mother's whereabouts.
Yes.
You know where she is?
Please tell me! How is she? Is she alright?
She's fine, but she's been in prison somewhere that's a real pain to get to. I'm still trying to figure out how to get her out of there. You just leave that to me, okay? Everything's gonna be okay, and...
Oh no. Sounds like gunfire.
Damn it. That didn't take Father long. Sounds like he's found me already.
Angelica?
Sorry, I'm gonna have to go. I'll contact you again as soon as I can. I'm happy I could hear your voices again. And don't worry about things here. I'll be fine.
After hearing gunshots, the entire group is gonna go after her and help her. I just know it.
Angie!
Angie, wait! That didn't sound good. I hope she hasn't gotten herself involved in something dangerous.
She did say she had supporters, but it still sounds like she's in a pretty precarious situation.
I hope she's going to be alright. She said Mother's been in prison somewhere too.
I can't pretend not to be concerned. Yeah, she did say not to worry, but...
Hard to think that way after hearing what we just did.
Are you guys going to help her?
If we can.
Thanks, guys.
Then that makes our next destination the Nortia province. You guys are sure about this?
Absolutely. She might have been forced to withdraw, but as far as I'm concerned, she'll always be a part of Thor's. Both she and Elisa's mother might need our help. How could we turn a blind eye to that?
Thank you.
I don't know how much we'll be able to do for them, but we're not going to find the answer by standing here. So let's make our way to Ruhr.
They agreed to sneak into Ruhr to try and find out what happened to Angelica and Chairman Arena. With the city being in the stronghold of Marquis Ragnar, however, they were well aware doing so wasn't going to be easy. The one thing they could do for certain was take proper precautions and brace themselves for the dangers ahead. To advance the main story, speak to Towa in the captain's chair and select Commence Operation. Doing so will cause all unfinished quests to disappear. The thing I'm wondering about mostly are the texts. Phew, are we seriously planning on diving straight into one of the Noble Alliance's major strongholds? Oh no, that's fine. I just got the hang of piloting the ship and everything. You know what? No, I don't have the luxury of being nervous when everyone's lives are in my hands. I've got this. Hit me up when you've got everything in order and I'll get you all there back and safely. I don't have the luxury of being nervous when everyone's lives are in my hands. Hit me up when you've got everything in order and I'll get you there and back safely. Alright, so you know what that means? We're gonna talk to everyone first. And then we are also going to report our missions to get those little extra AP points. And we're gonna prep the rest of our teams. Because only this team that we have right now had the equipment, the weapons, upgraded quartz. We're gonna do that for everyone else as well. So whatever happens, we can always exchange it. And we can decide whether or not we want to go after that trial chest before heading into battle, so to speak. And get the little extra overdrive possibilities that would definitely be useful. What in the world is happening in Ruhr? I hope Mother and Angelica are okay. Alyssa, I think those two are the last people you need to worry about. We just have to believe that they're going to be safe for now. You're right. They're too tough not to get through something like this. But that doesn't matter. I'm going to do what it takes to save them anyway. And I'll be counting on you to help me make that happen. With pleasure. I keep catching myself wishing that Sharon was here. But the fact of the matter is, she's not. We've got to save Angelica and Mother all on our own. Let's head out to Ruhr once we're ready. Oh, we definitely will. Roar's where my family is. I actually managed to make it back there too, but then I kind of wandered out of town, and before I knew it, I was in Nord. I hope Mom and Dad are okay, and the instructor Mary and the students she brought with her. So do I. Hopefully it won't be long before we find it out. Just stay here while we go check, okay? Righto. Instructor Mary and a few students should be in Roar right now. I'm sure they're fine though. If I manage to stay safe, I'm sure they can too. I dread to think what kind of danger Marquis Rognar's daughter has gotten into. I can hardly blame you for your concern after how that call went. You'll have to be ready for anything. Alright, let's talk to Toa without commencing anything. It was great to hear Angie's voice again, but now I'm worried about her for an entirely different reason. It sounds like she's in real trouble back home. Just leave her to us. We'll find her and bring her safely to the Courageous. I think we're the only ones who can, to be honest. Not that I'd like to force that task on anyone else. Thank you, Rean. Even if I can't do much, if you need any backup, I'm the girl to call. You're probably right. We might be the only ones who can save Angie and Chairman Arena. But that's just another reason I'll give you all the help I'm capable of. And I truly believe you'll do that. No, for now that's okay.
Hey there, Rean. All right, let me hear your report.
Ooh, the mech out of you has some extra points. The 2 points we got was a bonus. Nice.
I knew I could count on you.
I wonder what that was for. Was it just for winning or doing something special during the fight?
Well, I'll be looking forward to your next report.
Yes, so do I. Alright. Let's go down layer by layer until we found everyone. Let's see. Ooh, a lot of people on this floor today. Alright, to my knowledge, the Northshire Provincial Army hasn't let up its attack against the 3rd Armored Division up north. Lieutenant General Vander's been doing a bang-up job keeping them at bay ever since you drove back that unit from Lamar, though. Yeah, especially when you think about how long he and his men have been holding out. If we're heading into Roar, I'd like to see how things are with the Provincial Army on this side of the border, though. Yeah, there's a chance we might be able to dig up some info that will make the General's life a little easier. I'm not sure how much of an opportunity we'll have while looking for Angelica and the Chairman, but I want to at least try. Thanks, Rean. I appreciate it. Anyway, for now, just focus on getting ready to infiltrate the city. We still got some details to iron out, but that'll make your top priority for now. The safety of Alyssa's mother and Angelica needs to be our highest priority right now. That said, I still want to find something that might make Lieutenant General Vander's life a little easier. Either way, there's too much at stake here to give it any less than our utmost effort. This time's different from when we moved on to Twin Dragon Bridge. Our goal here is just to infiltrate the city. We'll need to be cautious and careful as we move. So make sure to account for that in your preparations. We're not just going into fight this time. This time is different, yes. This time will be different. The only question is, now that we actually are moving forward, and just like with what Guys is saying right here, will there be new side quests across the world right now, and do we need to check for that? Like what you said, extra information that might help General Vander. Maybe we need to check out the checkpoints around north and see if there's anything different. I've actually been acquainted with Angelica for a while now, you see. I was so nervous when I attended my first high society party, but I'll always remember how she came over and just talked to me like she would anyone else. That sounds like Angelica, alright. I don't think she's got along particularly well with her father even then. Still, I think she's a wonderful person, so please help her and Alyssa's mother too. I'll be here praying to Eidos for your success. Thanks, we won't let you down. This time, you're just trying to sneak into Roar, and it probably won't have any direct influence on the war itself. Which means I probably won't have much of a role to play in whatever happens here. Still, I'll be ready to leap into action, just in case that changes. Thank you very much. Just like I said, pretty sure it won't be necessary, but it's better to be ready and expect bad things. Angelica is one of the strongest second years at the academy, bar none. I don't think anyone else could have taken her in hand-to-hand combat either. Even if she does get herself in trouble, she sure as hell can get herself out of it. So seriously, stop freaking out about her so much. Odds are she's just fine. Angela's gonna be just fine. You, Toa and George all just need to chill. But if you're stressing out about your combat skills, you've come to the right place. I'll give you a workout so tough, the war out there would feel like recess. Yeah, we will, but now's not the time. Alyssa can't hide how worried she is about her mom and Angelica. I'm lucky enough that my family's safe in Heimdallr, but I really feel for her. I'm counting on you guys to stick by and support her through all of this, got it? And that's what teamwork is all about. I'm trusting all of you. Yes, you can definitely trust all of us. Alright, that's for this floor. Let's turn that. Ooh, storage. Getting into Roar unnoticed won't be easy. Neither will staying safe while we're here, thanks to its being a provincial army stronghold. But that gunfire earlier was a sign that things aren't as under control as they'd like it to be. That could be good. Honestly, it just makes me even more worried about Angelica. She lent us a helping hand during our field study here. We're long overdue to repay the favor. Yep, a Jaeger always repaid their debts. We better be ready for anything. Idas only knows what's waiting for us. A whole lot of fighting, I'm sure of it. Roar's a huge city, so we might end up hearing something about Linda while we're there. So get in there and come back with enough of you intact to tell me what you hear. Though, if you think about being sent off with a kiss will help you succeed, I suppose that can be arranged. Thanks, but no thanks. She's really fired up about this. There's no way I can let her down. Roar is such a big city, someone's got to have heard something about Linda. I'll do whatever I can to make sure we succeed. I don't care who I have to kiss. Okay, don't say that too loudly. Monk might respond. Because he needs material, if you know what I mean. I'm grateful to say that I don't have much experience when it comes to father-daughter quarrels. But it's clear to me that Angelica is determined to fight her own battle, regardless of who it pits her against. For all her assurances that she's fine alone, we can't afford to turn a blind eye. Not while Liz's mother is still in Roar. A true knight would rush to their aid in a show of chivalry, so that's exactly what I plan to do. Yeah, and we'll do it with you. Roar is not a safe place to be right now. We can't afford to be letting anything slip by in our preparation. So it's a knight's role to aid those in need, regardless of the danger. So that is what I intend to do. Yeah, you will be with us, I can guarantee that. So, we'll be taking the Courageous to Roar, huh? Kinda reminds you when we went there on our field study, doesn't it? It does. Crow was with us back then too. Yeah, still. We're headed for something way more serious than a field study this time. We'll really need to be careful. Agreed. We can't shy away from going, though. Alliance, stronghold or not, saving Alyssa's mother and Angelica is worth the risk. The circumstances around this visit into Roar couldn't be more different from those around our last. If we intend to get in, we need to plan our infiltration as thoroughly as we possibly can. Back during our field study in Roar, our minds were practically always on the Academy Festival. We don't have the luxury of distraction this time around though, not with what's at stake. Well, there's no festival, we only have one thing to do. Save the ladies, that's for sure. The Swords Drake barrier near Roar is just about the same size as the Twin Dragon Bridge. I heard a lot of rumors about it back when I was with the 4th Armored Division, and none of them were nice. Just be careful when you're in Roar. There's no way such a huge alliance present isn't going to be dangerous. I can't exactly back you up, but I can promise you'll be in my prayers. Yeah, it's worth a lot. First thing that comes to the mind when I think of Roar is the Reinford Company headquarters. Yuka told me that all the stores affiliated with them are making a killing too. Wouldn't that mean getting a cheeky part-time job in one of them? To be honest, chances are I'd learn a thing or two. Seems like all the stores affiliated with the Reinford Company are making a killing. I wouldn't mind getting a cheeky part-time job in one of them. I can imagine so. Alright, let's exchange what we have. Any ingredients that there's a lot? No. Maybe 3 this, but that's it. You guys sure are brave. I don't think I'd be able to sneak into a major alliance stronghold like this. Just make sure you're ready for anything before you head out, okay? If you need new weapons, I'm the guy to ask. Make sure you're confident in your equipment before you head out. You never know what might be waiting for you. I just wish I had half the courage you guys did. Don't worry, we'll be back to shop once we've talked to everyone, because then we can physically prep every character in our party and try to decide who we actually want to bring with us. If anything happens, I have my camera at the ready. This way I can prove that our actions were just when the dust finally settles. Good luck, everyone. Should anything happen, I'll be there with my camera at the ready. We'll need to prove that our actions were justified once this war is over, after all. So true. Nothing but bad liquids. Right, explore. Alright. I think it's just busy everywhere because we are really starting to pile up with the people on the ship, and that's a good thing. Sure, you won't be able to rely on Valimar, but look at this battle as an opportunity. As strong as they are, knights can do everything. Now you can figure it out how to get by without them. You won't be alone, Rean. You got a very thoughtful, generous cat on your side for when it's going to get tough. If we knew what sort of shape Roar might be in, we might be able to get in there with a transportation spell. But without knowing, we could very well expose ourselves to even greater dangers than an on-foot infiltration. So all we can do is make sure we have what we need and get into the old-fashioned way. Yes, to the front door or maybe the local sewers. I know you went to Roar on your field study, but some of us will be seeing it for the first time here, which is all the more reason to be thoroughly prepared. We are on uncertain territory after all. I wonder if there's like... There is, isn't there? No, I was thinking, wasn't there like a direct line from the mine to the main facility in Roar? So wouldn't that be a way to infiltrate the entire thing? Trying to think out loud? That might be an idea, right? And they're still picked. If you're traveling to anywhere else, you might have been able to use the spirit path to infiltrate it unnoticed. But animism has all but vanished from Roar and the surrounding area, so it's unlikely you'll be able to do that. I'll keep looking into ways you might be able to get near the town, but honestly, I wouldn't expect any easy answers. Is there anyone you know who's really familiar with the geography of Roar region? That certainly would be an advantage. I'll keep looking into ways you might be able to get near the town, but honestly, I wouldn't expect any easy answers. This might be a surprise to you, but I wasn't nearly as open about my interests back when I was a first year. In fact, it was only thanks to Angelica that I gained the confidence to talk about them so openly and regularly. All she did was praise one of the stories I wrote, but that gave me the courage to write and be upfront about what I love. So please, help her however you can, she's worth it. Angelica gave me the courage to write and talk about what I love. So please, help her wherever you can. You know, Roar got his own radio station too. Roar Arbol Radio Station. They say it's pretty popular around here, in this region. I mean, it's supposed to broadcast lots of interesting stuff. Though, I'd assure it's probably nothing but war stuff right now. Oh, you want to know how your last contest entry went? Yo, mama, you won the gold prize. These are all for you. Wow, these look pretty tasty. I really lucked out. Thanks for applying, Monk. I'll let you know if I want to give it another shot. Food. That's it. Damn, those are some lazy prizes. I can get food just by walking around the country. I gotta tell ya, I'm really dang excited to sneak into Roar. If you need a hand, I'm the girl to ask. Stealth is my and Lemmy's middle name. I mean, I am part of the intelligence division, and we sneak into places all the time. I bet you I'd be super handy. You make a compelling sales pitch, I'll give you that, but we'll see. Well, just in case, I'm gonna eat as much food as humanly possible to make sure I'm all fueled up and ready to go. Nicholas, looking for a refill here? Of course. Just be careful you don't eat too much, okay? Angelica used to visit our club room every so often, just to pilfer food. But now, there's no need to steal a thing. If you want something to eat, just say so. Once you've left the ship, you never know when you'll be back, so eat up while you still can. And once you're stuck into Roar, there's no telling when you make it back to the Courageous. That's why you should eat your fill now. You'll need your energy. Alright, that's it for the floor. And the last one, the Orbital Factory. Normally, Roar will be out of the ship's communication range, so Angie shouldn't have been able to contact us. I'm guessing she has ran some kind of Reinford-made gadget that expands the range of orbital waves to do that. Given that she's even sent us a radio signal, she must have. Whatever she's got must be something really cutting-edge tech. Not that it eases my worries any. Yeah, she's got herself into a real messy situation, alright. Shouldn't be all that surprising if you've ever come back after leaving her alone for more than 5 minutes. I have to admit though, it was a real relief just being able to see her face. Don't worry, George, we got this. She's tough and I'm sure we'll be able to get her out safely. Me too, I'm counting on you. But if you need me to do anything to back you up, just say the word and I'll make it happen. Oh, we'll definitely be here, modifying our weapons, and of course, checking out quartz. Having said that, don't see anything new off the top of my mind. If you meet up with Angie, try to use whatever setup she uses to contact us earlier to let us know. But I guess I can't do that without sneaking into Roar in the first place, so just think about that for now. Well, I already have some ideas. And I wouldn't be too surprised if I'm not too far off at least. So now we're going to Roar? I didn't think we would be this busy when I joined. Still, I'll upgrade your knight if you need me to. Making those orbs is kinda interesting, believe it or not. I don't want to get involved in your operations because I don't care, but I wouldn't mind upgrading Valimar. That's actually kind of interesting. So get me those materials, pronto. Yeah, as soon as we get level 3s, we'll definitely be over to let you work. Supposedly Marquis Rogner helps train the Morsha provincial army himself. What a military-minded man. Unlike father, he shows no interest in the Alliance's internal power struggles, but we should still be cautious. Speaking of caution, I'm afraid we won't be able to rely on those horses during our time in Roar. As invaluable of an asset as they are, they aren't quite compatible with the parameters of this operation. We may not be able to lean on Valimar as heavily as usual, though I imagine he will still have a big role to play. Regardless, be sure that you're ready to carry out the task at hand, even without his assistance. I don't know if the horses will be much help if you need to infiltrate Roar. They're not exactly built for stealth. Oh, and by the way, will you be taking part in Operation Uses? Who knows? It's not my call to make. Oh well. Well, if you do, I'm sure these horses will miss you while you're away. Try to take care, okay? I always do. Aww. Is Paula trying to say she'll miss Uses? Does she has an eye on him? Could be. They do have a lot of aligning interests, which is good. Maybe someday he'll learn to actually be nice to people who are worried about him. Not like I expect any different. I'm gonna take better care of this horse than he ever would anyway, so there. Yeah, she likes him. Alright, so that's everyone on the Courageous. So the only thing we have to do right now is to prep our party and get ready to get down there. And the only thing, well, the only two things that I need to check out is if we want to do the trial chest first, which will give us some extra overdrive opportunities within certain combinations. And if we can find somewhere with extra information that will help Gaius provide General Vander an edge for the north and protecting the region that he loves so much. Because it does feel like there has to be something. Why else would he be mentioning that he wants some extra information to bring back? You could say maybe he means information in Roar or in our attempt to get there, or is actually somewhere on the map that we can get some information. So what I'm going to do in between episodes, I'm going to equip everyone with the latest weapons, upgrade them, check out the quartz, and going down by every town except the one we need to be for the mission, and see if the texts are a little bit different. If their texts are a little bit different, we're going to talk to everyone before commencing the mission. So be aware of that. But for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we make our way to rescue Angelica. See you then. Bye-bye.